Gary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was a little pissed off at him because on the wrap-up show yesterday, he's playing bits I haven't played because I haven't played them fast enough for him. So he wanted to give an example of a bit. But like I said, Gary, when do you ever do that? What am I, on a timetable? I mean, if I don't get to something within a week, I get the shit on?
He had decided that you were never going to play that.
Yeah. So he started arguing with me, and I said, Gary, what's the argument? You know the rule. Oh, I'm glad we know now. I go, no, you've known that for... You just stop it. Enough of the wrap-up show, then. Enough. It's done. Over. The wrap-up show. I said, just don't go in and invade my shit. I'm like crazed out of my mind over, and I fixate, and then I can't let go of something.
Right. We had a saying in AA about drinking and drugs. Don't admit it. Don't deny it. Stop it.
Right.
No argument.
What pissed me off is he acted like he didn't know that's the rule.
Well, what are the bits that they used to, because it was sort of like, they used to have bits that were...
Bits Howard wouldn't play?
Right.
Yeah, well, they would come to me and say, here's some bits that you're not using. Do you mind if we use them on the Friday show? And I'd say, no problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm never going to use those. The Grandpa Pizza clip that Sal's been busting my ass to get on, I just kind of keep there, and when I feel like playing it, I play it.
Okay.
I'm actually glad I like to try to keep at least 5 to 10 things in the chamber, so to speak, in case I need them.
Okay.
If I need to take a break or I feel like I want to just play a bunch of things in a row,
They were looting the reserves.
I've got my madness. Yeah, they looted my vault, so to speak, because I didn't do it fast enough for Gary. He goes, well, I'm just looking to make it interesting on the wrap-up show. I go, no. I don't care about the wrap-up show. It's irrelevant, the wrap-up show. I mean, really, you're fucking freaking me out.
First of all, Howard, it's not... You focus on this thing and like as if it wasn't about whether you play...
No, you don't understand.
But hold on, can I just make a point?
How many years are you working with me?
First of all, it wasn't about whether you play the stuff fast enough or not. It was about how the guys freak out and nag me that you're not getting
Fine.
this stuff.
Talk about it.
And we did talk about all that. And that was, we all sort of agreed, and if we're wrong, I'm sorry, we all agreed that was a bit that you had decided not to play.
No, that was never, ever
in fact,
discussed.
Sal said he saw you take it off your page.
I took it off, and I said to him, Sal, in the next hour, remind me.
But I'm not, Howard, I swear to you, I'm not.
Gary, are you my producer or not?
Yes.
Fuck Sal and Richard. Are you my producer?
Yes. And
what's the rule?
When we did the Friday show...
You call me up and you tell me.
I never played any of that stuff for you when we did the Friday.
Yes,
Never.
you did. You came to me and said, do you mind if I play this? Bits Howard rejected. I didn't reject the bit. You got to fucking be kidding me. You going to argue this with me?
I'm just saying, I'm trying to give you some insight into what happened.
No insight.
I'm not arguing
I'm sick of your
you.
insight. Just tell me, boom.
But you pay me for insight.
No. Listen to me. Here's the rule yet again. If anybody doesn't understand it, you call me up and you fucking ask me if I'm done with something. How's that?
That I understand.
All right, thank you.
But
you don't understand.
I'm not arguing with you. I swear to you, I'm not arguing.
No, I understand
with
you had a rationale. We all get it.
I'm just trying to tell you what I was thinking, so you don't understand that.
Stop thinking.
But I don't want you to think like I'm just some fucking renegade lunatic just playing whatever I want.
No, it's just that you get excited and you listen to Sal and Richard and they boss you around.
That's not
true. And you can't fucking. You gotta fucking use your head.
Robin, did you?
It wasn't like that at all.
It wasn't, Robin. Robin was there.
No,
But I'm just saying it wasn't like that. It was.
Of course, it's like that.
It was very organic, and it just seemed. It's not like I'm.
It's not organic. What is this organic?
It just sort of happened.
What is organic?
It's not like I walked.
I'm the organ. How I know what's organic.
It's not like I walked in and said, "Oh, let's play bits from the show today." It just sort of happened, and it seemed. And it
don't
felt
let
right.
things happen. It felt right.
It did.
It feels wrong to me.
It does now.
Yeah. It felt right. No. This is. Let me explain to you yet again how I work. I don't necessarily play something for 10 years. It comforts me to know there are 10 things that my audience hasn't heard that's fresh and new.
Robin, did I say that on the air yesterday?
Yeah, good. So then where did you go wrong?
We were all under hold on. We meaning...
Who's the we? I want to hear the royal we.
Me.
You is we.
I'm going to take the me.
You call yourself we.
Was under the assumption that you were done with that bit. And okay, it was a mistake. It was a mistake. I admit it.
Done with it. I haven't played it yet.
Nobody...
I never said to Sal I'm not playing it. I said not today. I'm not ready. And Sal knew that, too.
He didn't.
Yes, he did. In fact, I said to him, I'm taking it off this page. I said, in the next hour, remind me. And he never reminded me. He's incompetent, and so are you.
And listen, I wasn't looking, Howard.
Sal, get out of here. Just leave. You'd be the smartest man on the planet if you left right this second. You'd be really smart if you left right now.
I got one thing to say.
Say it, but I told you.
Okay.
What did I warn you?
Yes.
You'd be really smart to leave right now.
Okay, on the
All right, go ahead. You're so smart. You're
No.
going to stay.
On the wrap-up show, I said, Gary, this is not a good idea. Howard hasn't played it yet.
Oh, fuck you! Robin, did he say that?
Well, then he's right.
I'll pull the tape.
You
I'll pull the
fucking
tape.
cocksucking
No, I'm
lying
not
piece
throwing you
of
on.
shit. You are a fucking
I'm not
piece
throwing.
of shit.
No,
You're
wait
telling
a minute. You're telling him.
You know what? I now look at you and
know,
see you for
I
the
swear to
human
God, I can't
piece of
win.
So Sal
shit that
told
you
you.
are. Howard,
No, but I'm
Robin
not
just,
saying
shut the
that.
Fuck up. Shut the fuck
I'm
up.
not. Listen
Robin
to me.
just said that he did not say that. Robin
I
was in
swear
there
to
for the
God,
whole
I'll pull the
show.
tape.
I'm glad you actually stayed. I apologize.
But wait a minute. That's not the point I'm trying to make. I'm not saying you're wrong. What I'm trying to say is that.
No, you said he's wrong.
No. The point I'm trying to make is that you did pull it off the page.
Yes.
And Gary is
and
right.
what did I say to you when I
and-
pulled it off the page? Quote what I said to you when I pulled it off
Why
the
don't
page.
you just say what you told me out there?
And I said.
Why don't you say- here's what he goes.
What did I?
don't-
Wait a second. What did I say to you when I pulled the bit off the page?
Remind me about it again at another break.
In another break.
And I did, though.
No, you didn't.
No, but Howard, we have. But
and I
the
don't
thing-
care. That means I'm still using it.
But I'm not saying what
see what I
Gary.
go through with
Here's
this lunatic?
the point I'm trying to make. What Gary
what
was
do you
saying.
mean what you go through with the lunatic?
This
You're the
lunatic, you know
lunatic.
him.
He's not a lunatic. You are.
He's a fucking lunatic.
No, he's not.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what he just said out there. I walked out. I just want to let you know Howard's really upset about yesterday. And he goes, about
pulled it
that
off the
bit. He goes,
page.
woo! Starts making the crazy sign about
No,
you.
I
You little
I'm
piece of
crazy.
shit.
No,
Don't fucking deny it, cocksucker.
No, now he's selling me out. He goes,
I'm not telling you, I'm telling
went
the
in there-
truth.
You went in there. You went to me and goes, fucking Howard's going nuts on me. And I go,
said
why'd you go?
Howard is
Why are
furious
you
about yesterday.
why are you reporting to Sal my reaction?
Because I want them to be ready for this.
No. You should be ready.
Oh, God.
Why are you reporting what I say to you to Sal? Is he the boss?
Absolutely not.
So in other words, when Mel Karmazin, you go into a meeting with him, do you sit there and tell everything Mel said to everyone else?
If it affects all of us, yes, because I want them to know not to play.
How does it affect? If you're
Howard,
doing your
you
job, how does it
you
affect
can't ask
them?
a question and
This
not
is
get an
insane.
answer.
He
Can't
goes
ask-
and reports to Sal.
You can't get a question. Can't ask a question and not.
Go ahead. What else are you going to report?
What if they think it's okay to play bits and I didn't say anything to them? not to do
Say,
it?
by the way, I made a mistake yesterday.
Okay,
You
what
don't
was it?
report on my mood. No, what do you mean? Let's stop. You know I'm right. If you're in management, you go out. You don't sit and bust me. You
I'm not
go
busting
out
you.
and
They
you
need
say,
to know that it
no,
comes from you. That you don't
no,
want
it
them-
comes from you.
right, I'm done with you.
You
Wait.
don't know. It comes from
Gary,
you,
hold on.
stupid.
No, wait. Gary, you need to come back here.
Fucking die.
See, he thinks I'm selling him out, but
You
I'm
sold
not.
him out.
No, I didn't.
But I'm glad you did because I knew it.
No, but it sounds like
knew
you sold him
what?
out with a
He's
lie,
never
Sal.
done that before.
No, but I didn't. I said on the wrap-up show.
Did Gary say what you said he said? I mean,
No,
did you say to
Listen,
Gary what you said?
Sal,
you said to
don't
Gary?
worry about it. Gary knows he did the wrong thing. I've told him this a million times. That's why he came running in. Both? Guess what happened yesterday?
Oh,
I
he did
played the
tell you?
Grandpa Pizza bit because he knows. Both? Something happened on the wrap-up show yesterday, but I think I did the right thing. I go, well, how's that the right thing? You didn't call me.
Gary kept saying to you today, he goes, Sal said you took it off the page, which is true.
All
I
right,
did.
all right.
But,
Okay, you
but
can
that
leave
doesn't.
now.
But even though you took it off the page, the point I'm trying to make is that when he decided to play on the wrap-up show yesterday, I said, Gary, are you sure you want to do this? And Gary said, trust me, it's not being played.
Oh, wow.
That's the point I'm trying to make, Gary.
Trust him.
I think that there was you guys felt that it was never going to be played.
We did too, yeah.
Yeah, and
But
Gary gets
And-
pressured by these
and
guys.
It wasn't a pressure. It was sort of like a consensus that, this is a bit Howard's never going to play.
I've never said I'm not playing it.
I think Gary used common sense in this case that it really sat for a long time, and I think the call wasn't that bad in this circumstance.
Hook Nose Mike, you're on the air in Tampa. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning, Howard, you hook-nosed Jew bastard. Listen, I wanted to know if you had any new bits to play today, or do I have to listen to the wrap-up show to hear them?
Oh, I'm glad you called, Hook Nose. Yeah, the new bits now debut on the wrap-up show because I'm an asshole. Because Gary never knew that. He thought it was over.
So I should tune in to anything that's new and exciting at 10 o'clock for the wrap-up show?
Yeah. Listen to Sal, Richard, and Gary on the wrap-up show today. They'll probably have some more stuff to play for you that I haven't played yet. I'll try and rush to get to a lot of it, but if I miss it, you know.
Hey, listen, if you miss it, Howard, they're going to play it. So,
Oh, yeah. Tune in. I'm telling you, you'll never know what you'll hear. Nate, you're on the air.
Yeah, Howard, yesterday Sal did say something to Gary on the wrap-up show about it.
Oh, I'm sure he did. Gary does what Gary wants.
Well, we have a tape of it. We could listen to it.
I'll listen to it.
But it
I'm going to
was-
go back and listen to the show.
The point is that you, Howard, did take it off the page.
I
You
did.
tell me to remind you. You
That's
did
right.
sit for.
So you knew, too, that I wanted
Yes.
it.
Well, you sat on it for a long time, and I think.
Yes. How long do I have to? So I know.
Yeah, there's a shelf life.
I
How
don't
long
know.
is the
That's what I
shelf
was asking.
life, Sal, before you and Gary play it on the wrap-up show?
That's your call. You're the
Yeah.
boss.
Well, no, I'm not.
You're the
You
ringleader.
and Gary are the boss. You
No.
decided yesterday on your own to play it.
No.
So who's the boss?
You are.
No, you are. You decide when things are played.
No,
I didn't play
I-
it fast enough for you.
I told Gary he should not do it. I mean, but so.
So
I'm
Gary,
not-
I don't recall you telling him
I
not
said
to
maybe
do it.
it's not a good idea, and he said, "Trust me, it's a good idea." But I think in this case, Gary made a good call. I mean,
you do? Oh, you think he
Maybe.
made a good call?
If you
okay,
weigh
good.
it out.
All right. Okay. Well, from now
that's
on, I'll
right.
check in with you.
No, you don't have to.
All right. Thanks, Sal.
All right.
Thanks a lot, pal.
But I don't want Gary.
Sal thinks Gary made a good call.
Well, that's all that counts.
Glad we got a lot out of
Don't
this.
come in here. Don't come into my office and apologize to me with your fucking stockbroker bullshit. Don't come in here. Don't fucking come in here.
What are
This
you
guy-
angry about? Yourself, I hope.
No, I'm angry.
He told you not to play it.
Sal will say anything in front of you to make himself look good.
No.
Gary couldn't have played it if they hadn't gone to get it. So he wasn't that adamant.
The point that I was trying to make to you, Gary, is you said to Howard 3 times, Sal said you took it off the page. You were already implying that it was me that led you to play it on the wrap-up show.
No, Gary did it himself. He knows
No,
what.
I
He
take
knows the rules.
responsibility for it, but don't sit here and say like you ran in like a fireman and said, "Don't play that bit." You always do that to try to make yourself look good in front of Howard.
It's
You're
not true.
According to this listener, he did say don't play the bit.
No, he
he
didn't.
No, he didn't.
I said, Gary,
Nate,
maybe
you heard it, right?
Oh, definitely. He said, Howard still might play it. And Gary laughed. He goes, trust me, he ain't going to play it.
That's how it went down.
Yeah. He knows.
But
So,
you
Gary, get
said,
back in here and
you
apologize
said,
to me.
I don't
Apologize to
know,
Sal,
I don't
Gary.
know. And then you went to get it.
Gary,
Fuck him.
apologize to Sal. You're lying.
He's a cunt.
Why is he a cunt? Apologize.
Because he just will do anything to make it.
Why? He warned you not to play
When
it.
he feels the avalanche coming, he'll do anything to get himself
But
out.
Gary, he warned you not to play it, so apologize
He
to him.
didn't warn me not to play it at all.
I was looking out for
They
you.
just said it on the wrap-up
Oh,
show.
you're terrible.
Can I just say that thank God Sal isn't smart and he stayed in.
Right.
That's what I get for looking out for Gary.
Oh, you're terrible.
No, I mean,
Sal,
listen,
listen, though.
Gary's working with me 20 years. He doesn't know. Just give me a call. Don't make decisions on your own. He knows that.
Call him, Gary.
Never make a decision on your own.
Sal, listen, though, a piece of advice for the workplace. If you're going to be phony and fuck over people, do it to one party, not to everyone, because then everybody's going to be mad
How
at
did
you.
he fuck him over?
Artie, what are you implying?
Well,
There's no phoniness.
it sounded like you ran in here. I mean,
Go ahead.
when you ran in here and said what you had to say about Gary, you made it sound like you were way more adamant, like you were the hero of the situation.
No.
And immediately got Howard, on your side about it. It didn't sound that strong.
Okay, but let me explain to you the point I was trying
I've
to
been
make.
made very uncomfortable today.
Me too.
No.
Sal, were you
I don't
happy
care about
that
your.
it was played? He certainly was
I said-
congratulating himself
yes,
for his
I
reaction.
said Gary
he was
made a
happy
good-
it was done.
Yeah, I said Gary made
Gary
a good,
made a
in
good
this,
call?
Yeah, I said
Yeah.
Gary made a good
Think
call.
so?
And yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
and
good.
that's
He
me.
got your bit on the air in ASAP.
But the point I'm trying to make.
He overrode my decision and decided that it was time.
and
that was a
wrong.
good decision.
That's wrong.
I see.
But in this case,
But
it's
you really
50-50.
didn't feel Howard was
see.
going to play it.
Right, and I didn't.
You
Yes,
don't know. You don't know anything about it.
and I don't know anything about it. But the thing is,
my point is that was the feeling you were conveying in the room, that it was never going to be played. You had lost hope and faith.
it was 50-50. That's why I said to Gary, I don't know
think
if you
it was
should
more
put-
a 90-10.
Well, Robin, Robin, I did say to
all right,
Gary.
thank you.
But
You
hold
have
on.
to leave now.
The point I'm trying to make, though, please, is that
You made all the points. It's boring.
Gary said 5 times. Sal said you took it off the page, so he's already implying that I led him to do it, and I didn't.
Right.
So I'm not trying to be.
Now,
That's the point.
I'll listen
That's
to
why
the
I came.
tape.
But that's why I came in here.
Sal, I'm not
I only
implying
came
it.
in here.
It was my decision. I take responsibility for it. You guys didn't pressure me or anything. But don't say you tried to stop it like a fucking fireman running into a burning building.
Well, Gary, when you say 5 times, Sal said you took it off the page. It sounded like you were implying that I
All
led
right,
you to
thank
do
you.
it.
Thank
So
you.
you came in to
This is
defend yourself.
fascinating.
That's exactly why I came in, and
I think we should hear the
you're
tape.
bitching and complaining about not getting it on.
What's
All
that?
right, thank you.
All
Come
right.
on, come on.
I'm
Get out.
dizzy.
Get out. I'm dizzy from you myself. I'm dizzy from all of you.
Sal, go get some Viking and bring him in.
Tim, you're on the air in Pittsburgh. Go ahead.
Hey, Howard.
Hi.
Hey, this wrap-up show, man, honestly, it's a good show. But in the last month or so, I think it's really been going to Baba Booey's head. He sits back there, he's the devil's advocate, he's argumentative, and he's spinning it his way. And
Well,
man.
I'll tell you what. Thank God for tape, because I have a clip that I'm going to play in 2 minutes of Sal telling Gary not to play the clip. Yeah. So I will play it for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then that'll be it. Glenn, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard.
Hal, what's going on?
I don't
with
recall
this
him
show,
saying
man?
Hold it, Glenn. I can't hear you. 1 second. Please begin again.
I said you need to get out of therapy. You're getting soft because first Robin's on the Bubba show, giving her revelation. Now this guy's doing his thing. I mean, what the fuck's going on in here, dude? You need to get a little tough like you used to back in the day, and you need to get that Yenta off the View every day after your show.
What?
That's Gary. I think he's calling the wrap-up show The View.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know what?
Sir,
Gary
comedy.
is...
Booey off of that show.
Baba Booey is
Right.
overloaded. He's really overloaded. I got to tell you, because he just bullshits me.
Yeah, well,
and
it's no good. That show's no good anyway, really.
Oh, come on. The show's good.
the show's good. That's not my
It
problem.
was a good idea to have a show like that. And look, it creates
that
this.
last caller was right. It's really not that good because, I mean, they just sit around and cackle about what you did already all day.
I know, all day.
Well, I'm going to play it because Howard hasn't played it yet, so I'll just play it. And that'll be good.
Well, I
it's
think it
like-
was more an interpretation that you had lost. You liked it, but you didn't like it
No,
enough to play it.
I liked it
Because
fine.
you had previewed it a lot, according to them.
So what?
I don't know.
That's
I'm
my
just telling
process.
you.
That's my process. I've got a process for this thing. It's been pretty successful the way I do it.
You got Artie falling asleep.
Good.
That's comedy. That's comedy 101, my friend. Fat guy falls asleep equals laughs.
He ain't doing it behind my back.
To his side, I'm doing
I'm just saying, I mean,
He doesn't do it on the wrap-up show. That's what he only does it here.
Well, by then I've had a time for a cocaine break, Robin.
you got Sal Boston.
I'm just really out of my mind over it, and I don't want to start a show like that. But I'll try and move on. I'm really perplexed.
Can I say something a little behind the scenes thing, which I think defends what you're saying? The other day, and Sal and Richard, 90% of their bits are great, but the other day they played something they did with Joe Franklin.
Right.
And I sit back here, and every once in a while you'll go to me for an opinion, and I overhear it. I didn't think it was that strong. I was like,
It was bad.
You know, well, bad, whatever. I was hoping you would ask me because I saw you were pondering it. But you didn't say no, you didn't say yes, and Richard pitched it like any writer would, and you didn't give any example of you being mad about it or just like, look, we'll get to it later. And in my head, I'm going, that's kind of smart because you wake up the next day with comedy, it might seem good,
right?
And maybe you'll want to play it. And
I'll
you
give you an
never said
example.
yes or no. And if that was played on the wrap-up show and I was you and I was waiting to sleep on it, that would make me mad.
Yeah, well, let me
guess,
tell you, you've hit it on the head.
Right.
What I do is, when I prepare the show, I have a computer in front of me. Like, for example, here it is, Jack and Rod with Joe Franklin. It's been sitting here now for a week and a half, and I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about how could I make that good? How could I explain who Joe Franklin is to a lot of the audience?
And who knows, Joe Franklin might come up in a conversation and then
Exactly.
it's organic.
And so even with this Grandpa Pizza bit, I know the bit's there. Lately, we've been very full. We've been very busy with different kinds of things. I haven't needed to go to it. And I have a process I work through. And I also get very comforted by having 10 things sort of laying around that I can hit if I need it. And Gary knows this. This is how I work. Now, for him to go on a show for 3 seconds of pleasure to play something that I'm sitting on and thinking about and putting this much effort into.
That would aggravate me, absolutely, yeah.
I'm aggravated.
Hey, Hal.
Yeah.
Listen, just tell Gary to start being a boss and run the office and stop dilly down with these fucking two.
Right.
You know what
exactly.
I mean?
Be a boss.
He's got to step up and just be their boss.
He's still an intern in his own mind. That's the problem.
There was never an intern here.
Whatever, a shadow traffic stooge.
Yeah, but in defense of Gary, though, sir, the way the show's structured.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, part of the brilliance of the show is part of.
Artie, that's your famous line. In defense of Fred, in defense of Robin, in defense...
I've never defended Fred once.
Or me. I never recall that being said.
I can't defend you, you fuckhead.
You had to defend Fred because he's the only man in that place. That's why he's been dragging him with him for 35 years.
He's a real man.
35 years? How dare you?
I've been dragging him like a ball and chain for 35 years. That's why.
years.
He's a man.
What kind of a fruit are
Damn
you?
it.
Hey, Hal.
Yeah.
How's Gary going to get those guys in line when they know, like little kids, they can run to someone above him and make fun of Gary?
Hey, Hal, in defense of Artie, I think...
No, you see, a defining moment was yesterday. Gary knows Sal and Richard every minute are bitching and stuff. And he talks about it on the wrap-up show. Fine, good call.
Right.
Look,
But
listen,
he know.
Listen, hey, Hey, Hal, I got to go. I got to pay my toll. I'm driving down this.
All right, go pay your toll.
So you're not in the conversation.
So he's talking.
I sort of feel that this is my fault because I was the one who said, is there no other recourse if a bit is never going to be played? I didn't know
Sure there
this
is.
was not a...
There's absolutely recourse. I will give it to the guys, and I'll say, hey, put it up there and play it.
On preview page 2 in red is Sal saying maybe we shouldn't play this.
All right, let me hear it.
And I will... But I still... It wasn't as if Sal ran in and said, stop. But
Gary, preview page 1 or 2?
In red.
2?
I said 2.
Okay.
Maybe this should be an outlet again for bits you couldn't get played, and they've been sitting there.
All right, because Robin's here, why don't you go grab Dead Grandpa Pizza? Go grab it, throw it on a CD.
It's probably up right there.
No. This is a different proposition.
Maybe Howard wants to hit it first.
It's not going to happen. I'm telling you. Between you and I was about to erase it.
I'll go
okay?
make a CD
All right.
right
So go make it. And
Now,
Robin
he was
is a
about
good
to
judge.
erase it. Who asked you to erase it? I didn't tell you
I
to
would have
erase
spoken
it.
about, but it was about to be. You know, we need room on the pages.
All right, good.
But
good.
listen, Howard.
Okay. All right. I can't take this
But
anymore.
I'm not here. I'm not out to.
No, you sabotaged
Well, I'm
me.
not out to sabotage you.
You did, but you did.
But I mean, do you?
You sabotaged
Are
me.
are your decisions right 100% of the time?
Actually, yeah. Yeah. I'm always right.
You're never wrong.
Never.
You never.
I'm never wrong. I
Okay.
can't think of. I can't even give you an example of when I'm
Well, when
wrong.
you're
I
the
can give you
boss,
one
when you're the
example.
boss, that's the thing.
Oh, yeah, he can't be wrong for himself.
Go ahead. Tell me an example of when I was wrong.
You supported Bush in the war, and then you changed your mind,
That's not wrong. That was an opinion at the time.
which you changed.
Right. Now, my
Based on
opinion is.
lies he was feeding us.
I was told a series of facts about weapons of mass
Okay,
destruction.
bad example.
Well, because you can't even think of an example where I'm wrong. I'm never wrong. How can I be wrong?
I got one time you were wrong.
Go ahead.
1986, that outfit on Letterman, the black leather pants and the brown cowboy boots.
All right, you got me there.
It wasn't even right at the time.
It will never be right.
You know what I kept thinking of today when you were getting mad at me off the air, and then now, you know what I kept thinking of? You know what tomorrow is, right? It's take your children to work day.
Oh.
And I thought, like, maybe they should see this.
You know what, Gary?
I go home with
What?
complaint-
See what?
See
See what?
See me getting.
See what? That you do things wrong?
Yeah,
Why
that's
should
what
your
they-
son see that?
They should see me get emasculated.
Emasculated?
Yeah.
I'm the emasculated one. I'm the one who feels emasculated in this. I don't even have control of my own show anymore. You and Sal and Richard emasculated me.
Yes,
you
I
cut
did.
my balls off. What do you mean you're emasculated? Your son should see how you emasculated me.
Yes, he should. Both of them.
I mean, what is this?
Sounds like everybody's running around here with no balls.
Yeah. He's emasculated.
Gary, you know, I've look. I'm not gonna. I've never been a producer. I think right now, after hearing that tape, I got to apologize to Sal. I mean, you were clearly the protagonist in that.
No, but he made it sound as
And
if
Sal
he was,
did clearly say maybe he wants to hit it, and you were like, no. You
again,
He
really
didn't
made
say
it out.
don't play it. He said
And Artie,
maybe he wants to.
you have to hear.
But that's a good
hold on a
suggestion
second.
in that situation. Obviously,
You have to hear the whole conversation
Right,
leading up to that. There was a whole. I'm not saying I made the right decision. I'm just saying that Sal was like, our stuff never gets played. He's acting like the entire time he was in there was like, ooh, we shouldn't do this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but I think you should admit you're
All right,
wrong and
let's-
deal with
let's,
the
move
people
on.
who work for you directly. It sounds like you're in competition with Sal now because your two kids talking to the teacher.
No, I'm not a
like,
competition.
he did
But
it,
what
he
you
did it.
said earlier is right. It's very difficult, and I had this problem with Stuttering John for 10 years.
Oh, no, I know,
It's very
yeah.
difficult to tell someone, you can do this, you can do that, when you know very well that they're going to run into Howard and say,
This is not that example. Has nothing to do with that. It's plain and simple.
Oh, never mind.
This is not an example of Sal and Richard usurping you. They
No,
went
what I'm
to
saying
you.
is a general
you made
rule.
the call.
As a general rule, they could.
Could do what? What are they
Usurp me.
doing? How do they usurp you? What? Because they make fun of Baba Booey?
No, just not that. Like they'll come in, I'll be like, we shouldn't do this, and then they'll come back in and go, you know, Gary said we shouldn't do this, but we were thinking this is funny.
Well, they shouldn't do that. So tell them not to do it.
So maybe you should,
But what happens-
do the whole parental thing that you and Gary shouldn't disagree in front of the kids, and you should take Gary aside.
Gary's the one who went out and reported to Sal our conversation. All right, thank you. Thank you, Gary.
You're welcome.
Gary Del Bate, everyone. Producer.
So Sal's like Ireland Baldwin.
Gary's like Ireland Boulder. I'm going to fly out there and
I thought he was Kim
He's
Basinger.
gonna
I'm going to straighten him
out.
out. I try to keep straightening him out.
You out.
And you'd better be ready.
You have insulted me for the last time. You've insulted me.
All right. Well, anyway, the bit is Grandpa Pizza, and you can hear it on the wrap-up show.
Howard?
Yeah.
I have 2 questions. A, is the bit any good? And B, could we actually hear it now? So
Play it. I don't have it now. It's in the hands of Baba Booey.
Oh.
I don't know where it is.
Hold on, I have it.
See? He's got it. He's got it for his show.
Oh, so we have to go to the wrap-up show page.
Yeah, come on, Fred. Gary
sorry.
preview page 1, first column in light blue, third one down.
Thank you, Gary, for lending that to me.
Courtesy of?
No, this was the bit that I was sitting on, and I wasn't playing fast enough for these guys.
Hello?
My grandfather passed away. We at the funeral today. I need some trays catered for the house after the wake tonight.
Yes?
What do you got? What do you got hot food?
I got the spaghetti. I got ziti.
Oh, no, my grandpa loves ziti. If I bring up the ziti, it reminds me too much of my grandpa. I can't have the ziti at the house, please. What else you have?
I got the eggplant.
No, you hated eggplant. Oh, Jesus. If we have eggplant, it's going to remind me of my grandfather. We can't have eggplant. You understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Oh, my God, you're killing me. My grandfather's dead. You're talking about eggplant? What's the matter with you?
Hello?
Oh, Grandpa, I miss you. I miss my grandpa.
Yeah, Paul.
What kind of games are you playing with my husband? He's crying his eyes out over here. Did you say something unsettling to him?
All right, I'll tell you what. What's the address? I'll send over a tray of meatballs, and you can cry your goddamn eyes out, all right?
What are you, fucking wise ass?
Yeah, all right?
Are you prick? Our grandpa just died.
All right, I'm sorry to hear that, but don't call it. This is a place of business. We ain't got time to play games, all right?
We're not playing games. We're in our time of need, and you're being a jerk.
I'm being a jerk. You better behave yourself. Your grandfather come out of the grave and slap you in the head, all right?
What? You're a smart mouth, little prick.
Yeah, I'm a smart mouth little thing. Yeah, come and tell me that to my face. I'll put you with your grandpa.
I'm 87 years old.
I don't care if you're 97. I'll slap you in the head. Now, be good and shut up.
He went nuts. He goes, I don't care if you're 97. Shut up.
They were having a good old time.
Yeah, those two endlessly entertain each other. So I was sitting with that, and
it's not incredible. It's got laughs
No.
on it. It's, you know.
yeah, it's like the Joe Franklin bit. I've been sitting with that for 2 weeks trying to figure out how to put that into the show and make it funny. It's on the edge. It's like it's not quite there. So
It's
maybe-
not a home run, is that what you're
It's not a home run. It's Nervous Mark. Remember Nervous Mark made his debut?
Yes.
And then they did the Jack and Rod show using Nervous Mark with the old talk show host Joe Franklin.
Right.
And it wasn't that, you know.
It came off kind of mean, like more than funny. It was just
it wasn't even, and Joe Franklin didn't care.
Right.
There was no reaction to it.
For Joe Franklin not to care, that's got to be.
You want to hear that now? As long as we're on this?
Well, it's part of the conversation. It's
All
organic.
right. It's organic now. Now it's organic, guys.
Thanks to me, Gary. It's organic.
So some of the stuff the guys do, I filter out, and I might even let them play it on the wrap-up show. But
Look, they might be a victim of. They hit a lot of home runs, Richard and Sal. You know,
Absolutely.
so the stuff,
they have dynamite material.
so they can't get doubles on
But
the
you
air.
know, after that, I would have to say the call, the crying grandfather call. There was a lot of tension in the room before we played it. It was funny.
Oh yeah,
Caleb, you're on the air in Reading.
Howard.
Yeah.
Hey, that bit sucked, man. That dying grandfather bit. That shouldn't even have been played on Imus's show.
See, there you go.
That was terrible.
Thank
hey,
you.
Artie, go Yankees.
yeah. All right. Thank you, buddy.
See, the guys are just rushing stuff. They got to trust me sometimes. Because Jack and Rob with Joe Franklin, Artie heard it, and we discussed it, and it was like, well, I'm not sure about this. I
I don't
think
interject
about it.
unless you ask me with that, but
No.
I had a definite opinion.
I know that was one of the things they were discussing yesterday.
No.
And we're back with the Jack and Rod Show. And who do we have on the phone today, Jack?
Well, Rod, today we have a very, very special guest, a legendary talk show host. It's my honor to present to you Mr. Joe Franklin, everyone.
Oh, what a pleasure. My pressure, my pressure.
We love you, Joe. Big, big fans.
I love you.
And Mr. Franklin, we scanned the world to find the biggest Joe Franklin fan in the world, and we found him. He's here today. Say hello to Mr. Mark Del Stevenson.
Hey, Mark.
How are you, Mark? Have we met, Mark? Do we know each other?
Mark's a little overwhelmed right now. He's a bit nervous, but he wanted to tell you, Mr. Franklin, who his favorite guest was on your show. Go ahead, Mark.
Who?
On your TV show?
Yes.
Who?
Ty Harden? No.
Take your time.
Yeah, no rush. Plenty of time. Tyrone Power?
Tiny?
Tiny Tim.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, great. Good going.
I love that.
Remember when he was married on the Johnny Carson show years ago? I was invited to that wedding, but I couldn't make it. I couldn't find a formal shopping bag. But I love
Mark, calm down. I think he's relaxed now. Great.
I got that feeling, yeah.
Now it's time for Joe Franklin Trivia.
Yeah.
Joe, if Mark gets this question right, he gets 2 weeks to Hawaii!
Whoa.
Woo!
By the way, I'm glad you said the word trivia because it ties in with the name of my newest, my 24th book is called Joe Franklin's Book.
Never mind that. Let's get right to the question. This is very important.
The question is, who was the star of the famous movie Citizen Kane?
Go ahead, Mark.
I'm so nervous talking to you, Mr. Franklin.
Mark, you sound like such a bright young man. It's such a pleasure to know you're a fan of mine. You've been a fan of mine for a long time, huh?
Jesus, he just threw up. Scott, get in here with a mop.
Give him a glass of water.
Oh, my God. Mr. Franklin, I'm terribly sorry.
Is he okay now? A little better?
Oh, fuck, he just pissed his pants. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Get him out of here.
Well, how are you going to get him out?
We got to wheel him out of here.
Then has he got somebody to guide him once he gets out?
Oh, he's full of urine and vomit.
Well, look, he's a wonderful man. I'm sorry that he's not feeling well, but you got to...
We're almost done cleaning him up. Here, go ahead.
So, gentlemen, are we finished?
Do you want to plug your book?
Yeah, the book is called Joe Franklin's Great Entertainment. Already sold 45,000 copies. And they're all in my house. Mark, God bless you. You're a wonderful
Mr. Franklin, we didn't hear your plug. Can you get your plug out, please?
It's called Joe Franklin's Great Entertainment Trivia
Mr.
Game. Tell Mark to be
Orson.
Orson what?
Mark, be quiet for 1 second while I plug my book. It's called Joe Franklin's Great
Orson.
Hold on. What's your plug again?
Joe Franklin's Great Entertainment
Orson
Trivia
Welles.
That's right.
It goes on and on.
Yeah. It's a little long.
Yeah, so I heard it, and I was thinking about it, and I haven't put it on the air because I didn't think it worked, and I thought maybe I could chop it down some
Yeah,
way,
no, that's
or,
right. Definitely. Because there's funny parts, like when he gets his Tyrone Power.
Yeah, there's two good
of
laughs
all the
in
people,
it. There's two good laughs, and I was thinking, well, maybe I could think of something to do with this.
Definitely cut down a little bit,
Yeah. But I didn't think it worked.
No, because by the end, every time they tell him to plug, they're just going to interrupt the plug.
Right. Yeah, and it's kind of mean. I mean, Joe Franklin's being a good guy, and he obviously knows it's a joke. He's not getting all freaked out by it.
And Joe Franklin telling that...
the shopping bag?
Yeah, like that's... I mean, but that's funny that he tried to do that joke, It's like...
Yeah. So you see what my problem is? I mean... I got to make sure the stuff I put on the air is good.
Well, yeah, maybe you're wrong for not rejecting more bits.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I brought that up because put myself in your position, that's an example of a bit I heard, and I was muddling in my own head whether or not it could be funny at any point or cut down. And then if I had heard it already somewhere else, it'd be aggravating, definitely.
But Sal and Richard get into this thing with Gary where they pressure him to put these bits on the
Well,
air.
they think everything's ready to go
Yeah.
when they give it to you.
Everything's
They don't
funny.
know
Yeah.
that sometimes they need a little more work. And I asked them, that was one of the questions. I said, do you sometimes go back and re-edit based on the reaction you get in the studio when they're previewing it for you? And they said yes.
Yeah. So, what can I tell you? So now I'm all aggravated.
I think they got the point.
No, I know they got the point,
hope.
and then I
But
get
he won't
upset.
let it go.
No, and then I get upset that I have to, be such an asshole, and it's like it just everything is just a neurotic fucking mess for me.
Well, in defense of the wrap-up show, it got me mad earlier in the week, and you mad now, and I'm sure the audience likes when people are mad.
I don't know.
They like people arguing.
I don't like when I'm mad.
Well, let me ask you
I
something.
know we don't, but
I
they
could be
do.
funny without being mad.
Do you think you could handle this in a different way so that the point gets across?
No. Honestly, no. I'm like Alec
And you
Baldwin.
don't have this feeling, oh, I was an asshole, and why did I have to be such an asshole?
I try. I'm in therapy, so many hours a week, and I'm supposed to get in touch with certain things, and I don't know how to do that.
You're sounding like Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, I just don't,
Oh, jeez. There is a way.
Yeah, I don't have that way.
Yes, you do.
Problem is I'm always right.
Well, Howard,
That's
I
a big
could point
problem.
out some things when you were wrong.
No, never. Never been wrong.
Never.
I'm trying to think of one other than fashion.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of lame. Okay, so I don't know how to dress so good.
Yeah, because I do.
I could say pretty much 90% of the things I wear are mistakes.
You could go all day picking outfits.
That's why I put up with Ralph in my life.
When Howard said I was arguing with him this morning, I wasn't arguing with him. Arguing would be, hey, Howard, you're wrong. I did the right thing. That's an argument. I was just trying. I said, listen, I totally understand what you're saying. I'm just trying to give you some insight into what I was thinking, how I ended up going down that road. Yes, I understand I was wrong, but I didn't want him to think that, like I said, I didn't want to think I'm some renegade nut who pulls bits out and plays them whatever I want. I was trying to explain to him how it sort of happened organically, the conversation. Robin understands that. Even here, Robin said, maybe we should play the bit. And, I even said with Robin there, I felt more comfortable playing the bit. I probably wouldn't have played it if Robin wasn't there. It just gave me more comfort. But I wasn't looking to fuck him over. I made a mistake, but I wanted to give him some insight into how I came to the decision. That's all.
Do you think he eventually came around to see that at all?
No.
So,
yeah.
So it's kind of a rough morning so far. Here, come talk to me for a second.
I don't want to talk.
Do you feel bad for Gary at all?
Yeah, I feel bad. I mean, Gary, I think Gary, like I said it on the air, I think Gary made a good call in this instance. And we all took heat for it. That's it.
Do you think the bit should have been played on the wrap-up show? Do you think that was the right call to sort of
I think it
pass
could.
over Howard?
It's such a tough call to make. If Howard would have definitely said dead bit, yes. But Howard didn't say dead bit. It was still on the fence, and that's why I said to Gary, maybe Howard's going to play it first. So that's it for that. I don't know. There's so much negative sentiment today. It just stinks.
Let me see that van thing we have, the ice cream truck for the Howard TV free preview. It's out on the street. It's coming around the city. It's going to be touring all over the country, I believe.
I may go Friday. It's going to Philly. I may go down there if I can get off the set early enough.
Oh my goodness!
I may love to. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
I thought you wanted people to come and visit this thing.
Now, standing out by the Howard TV free preview ice cream truck, which is appearing today. Where is it appearing? Anybody know?
Union Square, I think.
Yeah, it's Union Square.
What time are you going to be there, Eric?
About 11 o'clock.
Right. That's High Pitch Eric. He's going to be down there.
And I'm here, Howard. I'm here for you. I love you, Howard. We'll be at Union Square, rocking and rolling with the van and the peep show.
Marianne from Brooklyn, and then there's Siobhan. He's wearing a nice dress.
Hey, Howard. It's beautiful out here. You got to come to Union Square and check it out. All kinds of amazing things going on inside that van. And we also got these beautiful little masturbatory hygiene tissues.
There's Joey Boots.
Christ.
Hi, Siobhan. Joey Boots.
What's up?
How you
What's
doing,
up,
man?
Howard? I'm doing good. Hey, I'm happy to hear that Robin is now single. I'd like to get a chance to get that.
Yeah, probably you'll be able to hit that when it gets down to the ice cream truck.
Yeah, I like Robin.
Are you going down there
because
for
she's a
Joey Boots?
heavy-set woman.
Yeah.
I like heavy-set
Heavy
women.
set. Get out of here. What's the
Thanks
matter?
for the invite.
Yeah.
I love you, Robin.
Hopefully
You're
she
big
likes
and beautiful.
heavy-set guys.
Crackhead Bob is out there with the.
What's going on there, baby?
How are you, pal?
I'm doing okay. You know, okay?
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while.
Well, I'm here today.
Right.
Okay.
All right. You'll
So,
do a good
come on.
job. Promote the Howard TV. And
So done.
What are you going to do, Bob? Like, people are going to come to see the free preview in the ice cream truck, and what are you going to be doing?
Are we right there? Come
And
on
what-
in.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Are people stopping by or are they running away?
Oh, no. Coming and talking.
Oh, they're talking to you.
Yeah.
All
Come
right,
on.
all right.
Have people come over and has anybody actually visited the ice cream booth yet?
No. It's going to be in a little while.
In a little while, you haven't opened it up
There's
yet.
plenty of people out there. Why is nobody visiting?
I don't know. A wedding.
It's New York City, Robin. There's a lot of
Yeah.
people there every day.
So what are you going to do? You're just going to say hello to the people?
Yeah.
All right.
And whatever
Imagine that.
happened.
Okay, good.
Looks
Okay?
crowded.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Oh, listen,
Okay,
it
thank
does
you.
look like a peep show.
Yeah, that's the interior of this thing. They rebuilt an ice cream truck to look like a peep show.
Wow.
And so when fans go in there, they can see a free preview of Howard TV. And they've even set it up like a little museum. You could see on some of the shelves.
There's memorabilia or something?
There's the waxing show. They'll get to see that. You see the little booth playing the waxing show?
Yeah.
And there's memorabilia. There's like all the different attachments for the Sibian and all the different
Oh,
Sibian.
is that what that is?
Those are all the different ones that women have sat on. All
Signed
autographed.
by the women, yeah.
Very beautiful
Oh,
display
yeah.
with pictures, and it's a beautiful, beautiful ice cream truck.
And as Siobhan said, we got these little masturbatory tissues.
You never know what Siobhan's talking about, you know? Just blurt shit out.
Oh, great. I can't hear what they're saying. And they're
Good.
picking on me.
They're talking about you. They said you're delusional.
No, not me. Not me. Hello?
No, I said
Hello?
no. All right, Siobhan. Hey, Siobhan, you look pretty with that wig.
Thank you. I have to wear it now because all my hair is falling out on my head.
It's hard to look like a girl when you have all your head.
When you're bald.
When your whole head is bald.
The pain of alopecia. Oh my God.
It's tough to look like a girl when you're a man.
Yeah.
Would that it were not so.
You know, let me tell you something. Another added bonus about where they are right now. Behind them, there's a pizza place, Napoli Don Pizza, that is the best pizza on the planet Earth.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, right there on 49th, man. Go and get a grandma slice. It's unbelievable.
What's a grandma slice?
It's a real thin Sicilian slice of pizza.
Oh, yeah?
With amazing, like the cheese is a little overdone, the gravy's insane, a nice, thick, beautiful crust. It's really fantastic.
Hey, Eric, what high pitch? So you haven't been on the show because you have gout? Let's see you walk.
Well, it's hard for me to walk.
Let's see what you walk. Let's see how it looks when you walk now.
All right, hold on.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
He can
look at
barely
that.
walk. He's like an old man.
He's going to be 800 pounds because he can't even walk now.
It's
Look
hard
at
for me
that.
to walk.
Yeah, we see. Like an elephant.
Well, come back, high pitch. Don't go away.
High pitch, what's going on with the gout? Like, what do you feel in your feet?
Like my feet are cramped up in my sneakers.
And did the doctor say if you lost weight and watched your diet, you would probably get rid of the gout?
Yeah,
So why wouldn't you do that, man? Why wouldn't you do everything possible so you could walk normally?
that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, but you're not succeeding. You look fatter than ever.
No, you want to see my belly?
Yeah. You look more grotesque than ever.
Hey, Howard.
I might weigh what he
they had
does,
these-
though.
What do you weigh now? Do you know?
About 300.
Bullshit.
You're more than that.
No, that's what I weigh. What
Look how he can't even walk. He cannot walk.
The guys are telling me, he comes up for Superfan Roundtable. They said, they cater it with pizza. They said he's good for like 5 or 6 slices of pizza, every time he comes up.
Just there, yeah.
Yeah, you eat a lot, Eric, right?
I know, and Joey Boots eats like 5 or 6 slices too.
Shut up. No, I don't. I ate 2 slices. I got the gout. from going to Chinese buffets, the all-you-can-eat places, like 2 or 3 times a week.
Do you realize we just assembled 5 people in the year 2007, 2 of them with the gout?
And meanwhile, Siobhan's wearing a belly shirt, and his hands are shaking. He's got a belly, all right.
Yeah, I'm advertising my new website, www.catfarmwithak.com, where you can go get my music and check out my artwork. And I'm coming out with a new line of cat toys ready for the summer.
www.nobodycares.com.
Catfarmwithak.com.
Wow. I gotta hear this music.
Who wouldn't want to go? Yeah, get on that website and get me that music. Look at that belly shirt and the whole big belly sticking out.
That is.
High pitch. Why the fuck wouldn't you lose weight?
Well,
Why
it's
wouldn't
hard.
you, man?
It's hard to lose weight.
Don't you see what you're doing to yourself?
Yeah.
You got gout.
I mean, that's
In
like
both.
an 1890s disease. You're going to get consumption later.
I'm trying to lose weight.
And you know,
Howard,
we were
these-
debating. Are you retarded?
No.
You're not.
No.
How do you know?
Because I know.
Do you
if
know
I
you're
was
right?
retarded, I would have graduated from high school.
You would have graduated.
No.
He's just some sort of disgusting organism. You can't, like, no one
We don't
knows
know
what
how
he
to
is.
qualify it. Yeah.
Look, his gums are already bleeding. Look at the blood on his teeth.
Ugh.
They're always bleeding. You can see.
Oh.
Look at that. Are those? Is that painful?
No, not really.
Do you ever brush them?
Yeah.
No, you couldn't.
It's hard. Well, when I brush my teeth, it hurts.
I'm sure it does.
What do you do that doesn't hurt?
I can't hear you. These headphones are staticky.
Hey, Siobhan, that skirt you're wearing really accentuates your dick.
Thank you.
Excuse me, that's a birth defect.
Excuse me, it's a very large
Did
clit.
Eric?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Your parents told you were slow, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, Howard.
Yeah.
So these tissues are going to come in handy for my
What does it
hands.
mean when you're slow?
When you're slow, that means you're kind of retarded.
Right, but not retarded.
Right.
Right.
Not quite retarded.
Right.
Why is Siobhan so shaky?
It's chilly out.
Siobhan's head and hands are shaking.
It's a lot colder out here than it was yesterday.
You're shaking like Keith Richards.
Trembling, Howard.
Why aren't you talking in your woman's voice?
What?
Marianne has a sexier voice than Siobhan.
All right, Howard. I try listen to this. Is this sexier?
How's your stand-up comedy coming?
These earphones suck.
That's funny.
The schedule of where the van and these people are going to be is on howardstern.com. Good luck, you guys. Thanks for doing this for us.
From the Union Square.
Union Square.
Union Square. You can go see the free.
Union Square.
Go see the Howard TV free preview. Go meet Joey Boots, Crackhead Bob, Marianne from Brooklyn, Siobhan,
Masturbatory hygiene.
Eddie the produce guy, and of course High Pitch Eric as well.
And Joey Boots.
And I said Joey.
Oh.
Hey, Crackhead, good luck today, man.
Okay, you too, baby.
Try to be a good representative for the show.
Hey, Howard. These tissues are going to come in handy for my hands, and it'll come in handy for Sal the stockbroker inside the truck.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Ever see?
Oh,
man.
Free masturbatory hygiene tissues.